Hello, callers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this report claiming that three out of ever Barca stars could be offloaded by June 30th. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Sofyan Amrabat, as manager Xavi have confirmed that Barca are no longer interested in the midfielder. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona's transfer window strategy is picking up heat. Necessitated to act swiftly, the club must carry out an array of exits before successfully integrating new players into the squad. Short-handed by the financial implications imposed by La Liga, ensuring the exit door is not left barren is a crucial condition for Barcelona to execute the list of signings that they have drawn up. According to Sport, the Blaugrana board pays close attention to the exits of players who are unimportant to Xavi, especially those who have just returned from loans and are expensive for the team. These players are Gustavo Mia, Clement Lenglet, Samuel Umtiti, Sergino Dest, and Alex Collado. The combined cost of these five players will exceed 50 million euros for Barca in the upcoming season. As such, the La Liga champions are keen to offload them as soon as possible this summer. And as per the report, three of them, that is Lenglet, Umtiti, and Collado, could be out of the club by June 30. Lenglet is reportedly to be the first departure out of the aforementioned names. The French central defender has returned from Spurs after completing his loan there, but the English club is said to be pleased with his performances and are in talks over a permanent transfer. They are willing to offer Barca just 5 million euros for Lenglet. And after that, Umtiti and Collado may be the ones bidding their farewell. Umtiti, in particular, has a high chance of finding a new destination soon, following his resurgence in Liège. There is interest in him from Saudi Arabia and Lyon. The Frenchman offering resistance regarding a move is improbable, considering his upward trajectory since going out on loan. Collado is the third player that is reported to move on shortly. He is already aware that he is not a member of the first squad, and even his representatives have been approached by Las Palmas, Granada, and a few Greek teams. Barca may grant him a letter of independence while holding back a portion of a future sale. To play of one of these teams, the player must reduce his wage. In addition to these players, Dest and Gustavo Mia are also on the exit ramp. The young players are unlikely to generate considerable fees, but free up salary margins. Of course, these players that were loaned out are players that Xavi have no plans for them, honestly, and I think it will be a good decision for the club to sell them as soon as they can. Lenglet have been somehow not too bad in Spurs, and it's good news that Spurs are considering him after news broke out the other day that Spurs have told him to leave back, but they later changed their mindset, saying that they want to pay Barca just 5 million if they want to buy him. But nothing has been concluded as of yet, but Barca are hoping that they come to a middle ground with Tottenham for the purchase of Clement Lenglet. For Umtiti, another player who have been doing quite well in his new club at Lecce on loan, and the good news is the player is happy there. He doesn't want to return. Of course, even if he returns, Xavi will drive him back. Barca want to sell him, but we don't know if his club will be Lecce or he wants to change and go to Saudi Arabia or to Olympique Lyon, his former club, still a very possible destination. Of course, players like Collado. Yesterday, I just spoke about Collado that Barca have informed the player's agent that they want to sell him. They're prioritizing his sale as Xavi does not consider him as part of his plans next season. So Collado himself even knows that he will not be part of the plan. So of course there is that agreement already that he should be sold. But they have been saying that clubs like Granada, Elche, they have been showing interest, but it remains to be seen. But Barca know for sure that he won't lack a club to go to, especially in La Liga. Then we have players like Sergio Dest. That is even the worst because Sergio Dest have had a very terrible season at AC Milan in the Serie A. The player has been a flop, playing just 14 games the whole season. Of course, Pioli, the coach of AC Milan, have not favored the player at all because whenever given the opportunities, Dest have failed to make use of it. And Barca does not even think twice of cashing in on the player as soon as possible. So let's see how it goes for Dest and for the other players on loan. The only player that Barca were thinking of bringing him back, who was at Osasuna, was this guy Ace Abde, who did so well, scoring 6 goals and providing a couple of assists. Was the only bright spark that Barca had when it comes to players on loan. So let's see how it goes, as Barca needs sales very badly in order to ensure that the transfer window goes smoothly. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, signing a midfielder has turned out to be one of Barca's priorities this summer, especially after Busquets announced his desire to leave at the end of this season. However, Barca's list of targets is dwindling and is increasing each passing day after Ruben Neves moved one step closer. So going to Saudi Arabia, it appeared their other target like Sofyan Amrabat is also set to move elsewhere. According to Gerard Romero, Barca have ruled out the signing of Amrabat. The Fiorentino star has been chalked out Barca's wish list and the club will not pursue a deal for the midfielder again. This came shortly after reports that claim Amrabat is ready to move to Atletico Madrid ahead of a switch to Catalonia. The player, whose market value stands at 30 million euros, wanted to join Barca earlier in the year, but with the club not in a position to register him immediately, it appears he had a change of mind and heart. With Amrabat and Neves not options anymore, and so Joshua Kimmich and Zubimendi as well, proving to be way too expensive, the Catalan club must set their sight now on others. The Catalans have been curiously linked with move to Espanyol captain Sergi Darder lately. However, the club could face stiff competition from clubs like Almeria in the race to sign Darder. As for other options in the market, Barcelona are in contention to sign Ilkay Gundogan, but the German could extend his contract at the Etihad and is not a fully fledged defensive midfielder. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.